what's going on. That opening hand was garbage. Oh man, I must have slept for God, I don't even know. This hand's pretty sweet if I just draw like running lands, by the way. I slept for 32 hours after grinding out the most insane weekend of Magic, and believe me, I'm far from proud of it. But I won a PPTQ and um, what else? I'm sure I won something else. Uh, Two drafts, a whole bunch of other stuff. So it was a pretty good overall weekend. And in those two drafts, I opened up what had to have been the best deck of all time. So apparently he goes turn one despise. That's fine. You can despise all you want, buddy. I welcome your despising of me. Um, you wouldn't be the first. You wouldn't be the last. So what did I play? Oh, God, I played Grixis Control in Standard, which is basically blue-black control, but I added Lightning Strike and Keranos, which is fucking hilarious. Okay, when you're in the top 8 and your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, and you crack that fetch land to get a red mana when your opponent thinks that you're playing blue-black and you just kill their mana strider without having to use a Bile Blight, that's like the best feeling in the world. And I won most of my matches with just Keranos, which is pretty badass. Okay, so this is looking bad. Black, blue, green is face down. It could be a couple of different cards. I mean, you always have to think the worst in this situation. So I'm going to say Abomination, the 3/4 flyer when it deals combat damage, discard, draw and discard. Whoa, okay. The double despise deck. That was fun. Alright, so that's what I'm under the assumption that he has. So I need to play as if he's going to have a 3/4 flyer in play next turn. I also need to draw lands. Drawing lands is pivotal to playing the game of Magic. You need a mixture of lands and or spells. Maybe not both, I mean, I've played my share of lands in Legacy, and, 6 lands and Explore can, it's not terrible. There are obviously worse things in this world. I actually tried playing lands on Moto, and I just could not beat Delver. It's just way too frustrating. I just don't have the patience. Or maybe I just, because it's the first time I ever played the deck, just had no clue what I was doing. Okay, so he didn't flip it, but he did play Hooting Mandrills, so this is just getting bad. But I have a Leaping Master, so really, in the end, who wins here? I think I do, but, well, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to use my Leaping Master to block his morph. Hopefully he unmorphs it and shows me what he has, so that I can stabilize with just the plethora, and I use plethora very, it's my word of the day, so, obviously. By the way, I see people playing Crucible of Dragons in their decks, and a lot of the time, it's because they don't know that it's only for dragons. They think that it's like a land that you could put land into, and you could just get a whole bunch of mana out of it. That is not how it works, but it's fine. So I'm going to block his morph. Chances are his morph is bigger and more powerful than my 2/1, but, we'll find out. Or maybe he just wants to let it go, and what is this? Alright, it's Alright. Well, yes, lands! Land! And I think the 2/2, honestly, is more powerful than the 1/4 with lifelink. Barring he doesn't have any crazy bolster effects or like some crazy dragon that he keeps pumping mana into his Crucible for. God, I haven't said Crucible in Standard in a very long time. Um, my game plan is essentially hope he doesn't have another creature this turn. Although he hasn't done like a massive amount of damage, he hasn't really punished me for keeping, this hand, so I'm not too stressed. It's just I'm hoping he doesn't have a creature here. Or if he does, it's a 0/3. That, by the way, that 0/3 has ruined so many of my draft strategies before. Alright, so I have the option here of playing face down or sandblasting slash kill shotting. So I think I just want to get rid of the Hooting Mandrills. Step 1, kill Hooting Mandrills. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, steal underwear. Step 4, profits. Obviously, what could I be playing around here? There's nothing in blue-green I'm really scared of. So I'm just gonna, I can either kill shot or sandblast it, depending on what creatures I think he may be playing. Because it is a legitimate decision of whether or not you want to kill shot or sandblast. But I think here I'm just going to kill shot because I don't think he's going to play anything with toughness higher than 5. So Sandblast is still viable, although I probably should have used the Sandblast there instead. There are some bolster effects, but not in those colors. In the, like, if he was playing white, the gain 4 life, bolster 2, that's a different story altogether. Let's see if he cracks his little rampant growth creature thingamajig. Alright, so I now have 4 mana. I can do a lot with this 4 mana. I can Sandblast his creature, which is, 7 turns. I mean, let's be honest here. It's not going to kill me in 7 turns. I'm going to play out a Morph. And hopefully I get to flip this Morph, and then I have a 1/5 flyer, and I could stabilize off of that. So here's to having 1/5 flyers that are apparently the best thing in this format. Also, I found out that Dragons of Tarkir, you're going to be drafting 2 packs of dragons and 1 pack of Fate Reforged, which is very interesting. At least it'll smooth out the mana. I didn't know that prior to yesterday. So, alright, he's fetching, he's getting a lot of land, so maybe he has like World Gorger Dragon or something insane. I have absolutely no clue. He may have Slumgar. I don't know that guy's name. I don't know the cards in Magic. Come on. Hunt the Weak would be terrible here. Any removal spell. Ugin would be bad here. Yeah, I'll block. I mean, I don't know how comfortable I feel about blocking though. He's at 26 and I'm at 7. Do I want to block? There's no raid that I'd be worried about, right? The only thing I'm potentially worried about is Awaken the Bear. Oh, that's my friend once again. I was complaining. I was just seeing what was going on in his stream. Alright, so he whisked it away. So that was, that's fine, whatever. And he's got an Archer's Parapet. Alright, Parapet beatdowns. So I'm looking at, now this is, unlike the 1/4, this is a legitimate 7-turn clock with the Parapet and me not having an answer to said Parapet. But he also doesn't seem, I mean, he's got cards in hand, right? It's hard to see, but I mean, he obviously must have things to do. Place to go, people to see, women to rape and pillage. Oh, I'll block again. I mean, blocking the first time may have been bad, but who knows. So, I mean, I'll block. I mean, I'm kind of low on the lands here, but every land I draw is going to be kind of nuts. Alright, what is this? That's never good. Stop tapping mana. What is this? Another land? What the fuck is he doing? Oh, that was it? I mean, no offense, but really? I was expecting, like something good, but I get rid of a card there I'm really not interested in. Alright, so now I have a path back into this game, and that revolves around um, Sandblast on the Glacial Stalker, into my 3/4 flyer with lifelink, block, you know, and then use the pyrotechnics plus the dude that gets the pyrotechnics back from my graveyard in the play. So there's my game plan. I'm sticking to it. Let's see how that works out. I'm going to Sandblast immediately. Obviously worried about Pump Spell, which brings me back to the whole kill shot thing. Maybe I should have not, maybe I should have used the Sandblast earlier and not kill shot. But I was worried about Awaken the Bear potentially earlier, so, he doesn't have it now. If he had it now, he would have used it turns ago on his dude over there, and, just killed me. So now this turn, he's going to put me down to 5, put himself up. His life gain means absolutely nothing to me. I can play him and get back something from the graveyard, but there's, if the cards I want back from the graveyard, I haven't played yet. They're in my hand. So what I'm going to do is, alright, get me down to 5, that's acceptable. Put up another counter on your Crucible of Dragons, that's adorable. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip my guy, play around Awaken the Bear, and any other pump spells that I could think of, except for, I have Feat of Resistance, so who gives a crap, right? I'm just going to flip my guy and turn. I think that seems to be my best course of action here. Because honestly, I don't think he could deal with a 5 toughness creature. Alright, so now I'm in business, right? I'm going to play this guy and pray to Buddha, Ganesh, God, Jehovah, and Muhammad, all of them. I'll even throw Zeus in there. Just pray to every single god that he does not have a removal spell one time. Because if he doesn't, it's about to get so dirty in here. And he taps 3 mana for his Parapet. That's interesting. And pumps up his Crucible. That's fine. It was a very, very long game 1, I know, I apologize. So what I'm going to have is protection for my lifelinker, which will take the Parapet and just say, hey, Parapet, F you. I'm going to have Pyrotechnics up with Feat of Resistance. I'm going to have a dude that deals 2 damage and is a body, a land is exactly what I needed there. Alright, so let's just do this correctly. Actually, I am first going to Pyrotechnics' face. Why? Because I don't like his face. And believe me, this is an upgrade. Burning someone's face is an upgrade over what he is currently doing. I am sick and tired of his stupid little Subdece's little bitch pet and his little ping me for 1 every turn, his pang for Crucible, even though I don't even think he has a damn dragon in his deck. Sorry, just me going on a little rant there. I'm going to get in for 3, game 3. I actually did 7 on that turn in game 3, so it was a super lightning helix. Alright, 3 mana for the Parapet. Clearly, reading cards is not as fundamental as I believed. Next turn, I could swing in with both, and then deal 2 damage with my little 3/2 raid dude. Yeah, I'll block. That's fine. I will block that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. 3 times on Sunday if I'm up to it, but the arm gets tired. Yeah, how it is. Alright, Lotus Path Gensi. This is how we play Magic. We wait for our opponent to be retarded, and then we play things. So I am going to now get back Pyrotechnics, Pyrokinesis, whatever it is. You know, it's a card, it does things. It's a 5 mana, you know, it's a bad Lava Axe, and a good. It's a bad Lava Axe and a good. Um, what do you call it? It's a bad Lava Axe and a good Arc Lightning. So I'm just gonna attack here for 4, bring them down to 19. Like I said, I'm not worried about life loss or life gain at this point. Obviously, I want to get out of range of Parapet, but he would need, you know, Jeskai Ascendancy, Parapet, spell, 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 and then, you know, I'm dead. But I don't see that happening, and he has no attacks. Alright, even though he could have just attacked into my thing, but that's fine. So here I'm going to... I have the option of Cunning Striking. Is that called Cunning Strike? I don't know the names of things, man. I'm just going to attack with the biggest things I have. That sounded wrong. And he has to block. He's going to block with his Parapet, because he thinks that's the safest block. Although, honestly, his win con here was his Parapet. So blocking with your best creature may not be your best idea, but I'm going to just kill it outright. I mean, he gave me the opportunity. Plus, I get to gain 6 life and draw a card. Plus, that I still keep up Feat of Resistance, so... Oh no, I'm at 4. Aye! Alright, that was fun. Okay, so that would be game in about 2 seconds. I mean, he did get himself up to a relatively high life total. I guess he gets extra credit for that one. All I have to do is keep up Feat of Resistance and hope he doesn't have Crux of Fate. And even if he does have Crux of Fate, I have a backup plan of Lotus Path, Shin, plus other sorted spells. So here I'm just gonna... Well, I have the option of Pyrotechnics to the face and attack, or just attack with everything and then, was it a War Flare? I don't know, just give my dudes +2/+1, untap them all. I mean, he's gotta have cards, right? I mean, like, he won the first round, so he must have, like, something that does something. Well, whatever. He didn't block, I believe, so... This is 3, 5, 5, it's 13, and I gain 13. And then I'm just gonna play out my dude, deals 2 damage to the face, and we're done. Boom. Boom, boom. That's the sound of the police. Yeah, boy. Alright, so I have absolutely no clue about what this guy's deck does, what it has in it, anything. I kind of like the idea of going up to 18 lands here. I do also like the idea of Valley Dasher, but then I gotta think about it for a second, because, like, Valley Dasher, right? He's got a lot of walls, he's got Sidisi's pet, but he also has morphs. So Valley Dasher does an insane amount of damage, but it also is miserable against Sidisi's pet and walls. It's great against morphs, bad against other things, so... I want to go up to 18 lands, obviously. I got pretty mana screwed there, and I got a little lucky that he had Stone Nothing. I'm not sure if I should play Tasigur. I mean, I have, you know, ways of getting my spells back, and my spells are pretty powerful on their own, let alone, you know, attritioning with Tasigur. It's not really my dream scenario. Alright, so this is actually a pretty sweet hand. I have access to 2 morphs, Feat of Resistance, and a kill spell. I'm just missing a island, which is perfectly acceptable. I mean, I'm on the draw, which makes it a little worse. So, like, drawing that Leaping Master, or that, well, there's the island, that's good. But drawing, like, a Leaping Master or a Volley Dasher there would have been effing insane. So we have, alright. I'm just drawing the nuts right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna play out, you could have a real debate about this, right? What morph do you play first? Do you play your best creature or your worst creature? It's a mind game that you have with your opponents. Like, they'll want to use a removal spell, and you gotta figure out whether or not you want to get your best creature into play quick or your worst creature into play quick. But I figure with Feat of Resistance, I have enough. What? Oh, yeah, he just discarded. He missed a land drop. That's fine. I'm not going to flip my guy. I don't think it makes any sense. I'm just going to keep up Feat of Resistance. The extra 1 point of damage is not worth losing a guy that's unblockable and really good. But getting another guy into play. So now here's like that game I was telling you about. Like, which of these two morphs is better? Is it the one he played later that he knows he can cast, or the one he played early that he may not have had the mana for? It's a really interesting mind game that you and your friends should try sometime because it's exciting for all the kids. Alright, so he's going to play his own morph, that's fine. Now I can pyrotechnics this. I can also flip my dude, leave up my God's Willing style spell, and just swing in with both. Then the only card I have to worry about, and I always have to worry about this card, is Dead Drop. But he's far away from Dead Drop. I mean, he missed a land drop, discarded the card. Discarded the card, I believe that to the enchantment, that rune mark that he has, only counts for if he has a white or red creature, it gains flying, so I don't know if this guy's very good. Maybe he should have went into the Swiss to get some practice, but he didn't block, so that tells me he cares about that creature. When you play a morph, you better be willing to let that morph die, no matter how weird that sounds. Your morph is going to die. And you have to be willing to live with that, whether it's a Luxodon or a a 1/5 flyer. You have to be willing to play out your morphs, know that they're 2 power, 2 toughness, know that there are cards in this format that that hurt you for playing cards like that. And like Douse and Gloom, for example, and just deal with it. Now, I don't want him to manifest, although the percentage is in my favor that he manifests a land that he would actually need, but I don't want him to have two power creatures in play. I'm also not so that's why I'm not attacking with the morph. I didn't flip the morph either because I need my white mana for Feat or Kill Shot, Sandblast, or Pyrotechnics. Wow, my hand is loaded. Just look at that. That is just, God, that is the Nutter Butters. But, damn. That's just cray-cray. Dun, 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 dun. He'll probably attack with his 1/1. It makes sense. Yeah. So he definitely wants to manifest. So I'm just not going to let him. I mean, if he wants to put me on a 20-turn clock while he's on a 3-turn clock, that's fine. I'm not even going to bother using a removal spell on it. There you go. Now I have the mana. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can just Pyrotechnics him. Get him down to 3. Keep up Feat of Resistance. Next turn, play out the 3/3, get back Pyrotechnics, and he's dead. I mean, yeah, granted, he didn't draw any lands that game, but just for that specific reason, I went up to 18 lands. Maybe you should have done the same, or, mana screw happens. You just gotta live with it. So, I'm just wondering, like, what in his deck actually does anything. you know, he was pumping up that Crucible Dragons a lot, so he may have a dragon. Or he may think that that's just a land that you put a lot of mana into and you get mana out of. There's Despise. He's not going to like the hand that I have. He may just scoop it up after taking a look, I'll be honest. Yeah, you took my one creature, deal with the 4 spells. That's why Rakshasa's Secret is so much more powerful. Like, you should side out in Despise in this matchup. Bring in Rakshasa's Secret. A deck like mine wants to have at least minimum 2 cards in hand. Chances are they're really good spells. Alright, so he's attacking. I really don't care. I mean, he just wants to manifest, and I'm not going to let him. So, alright, there's a second white source, so he's dead. I swing in. He could have Fog? I honestly don't know. Feed the clan? Well, either way, I'll kill him and take a look at what his morph is, I guess. Deal 4 damage. Yes, Moto. I would like to kill him, please. Thank you. Alright, and that's the match. On to the finals. See you guys next.